Today, I'm riding into the Watagans National Park in New South Wales, about an hour and a half north of Sydney on Darkinjung country. The Darkinjung people moved through these ranges for thousands of years. The ridgelines weren't obstacles, they were pathways. Water, food, ceremony, and story all lived up here. Even now, this place feels old in a way that's hard to explain. Quiet, watchful, and very much alive. The name Watagans is believed to come from an Aboriginal word meaning hills or bush country, and once you're here, it makes sense. Everything rises and folds. Thick forest, damp air, and tracks that disappear just enough to make you pay attention. In this video, I'm going to take you through some of the key parts of the Watagans from an adventure motorcycle perspective. Basin Campground, Olney HQ, the Pines, Old Mill Picnic Area, Turpentine and Casuarina campgrounds, and a few moments where I get properly lost, in a good way. I'll share what's rideable, what's not, where you can camp, what to watch out for, and what it actually feels like riding here, especially if you're new to the Watagans or adventure riding in general. And just quietly, if you enjoy this kind of slower, honest adventure riding content, a like or a subscribe really helps. It lets me know it's worth making more of these, and I genuinely appreciate it. Alright, let's get started. So I'm trying to get into Watagans, entering from Peats Ridge Road and up toward Olney. So I'm pretty close to where Olney is. That's really where I'm hoping to enter the Watagans. Watagan! Epic. I'm entering via Peats Ridge Road, one of the most common access points to the Watagans. It's an easy transition, sealed road to gravel, and suddenly you're surrounded by forest. Other common entry points include George Downs Drive near Kulnara, Watagan Forest Road from the Lake Macquarie side, and access via Corranbong and Martinsville, depending on where you're coming from. That's one of the strengths of the Watagans. You can drop in from multiple directions, loop through, and exit somewhere completely different. Okay, great. So here I am. This is first set of campsites. Wow, it's really accessible. This is the Basin Campground. It's one of the most popular camping spots in the forest. Grassy sites, toilets, fire pits, depending on conditions, and easy access for bikes. It's forgiving, comfortable, you can arrive late, sit up easily, and still feel properly out in the bush. There's a calmness here, a deep quiet that encourages relaxation. Oh, it's incredible. Bit of a river down here. The Gross River. So this is the Basin camping area. It's quite populated. I mean, it's got a number of campers. There's not really many spots. Olney headquarters, 18 kilometers this way. It's so beautiful up here. This definitely isn't the same way that I went last time, but I will take it. Like, this seems like a pretty cool way to go. The Great North Walk over there. Here I'm crossing the Great North Walk. This is a roughly 250 kilometer walking track running from Sydney to Newcastle. It was officially opened in 1988, but many sections follow older Aboriginal pathways along ridgelines and water sources. The Great North Walk is for walking only. Motorbikes are not permitted on the trail itself. You'll see it intersect forest roads like this, but it's not something to ride. As I pass it, I'm reminded that we're sharing this place with walkers, history, and the people who came long before us. There's so many little side quests to be done off here. And I also wonder if I've ever been here before. I don't know if I have. I should be fairly close to a few campsites. Olney headquarters, 4 kilometers that way. But here I am. This is like deep in the heart of the Watagans. Olney HQ should be around here somewhere. Okay, we're gonna have a look around this campsite. This is Olney HQ. Historically, Olney HQ was a forestry headquarters during the logging era. Today, it's one of the main hubs for campers, four-wheel drivers, and adventure motorcyclists. It feels social without being busy, a place where different journeys cross briefly before everyone heads back in the bush. there's spots galore here. There's people galore here as well. This is the Pines camping area. Quieter, more spread out, and a little more reflective. If Olney HQ feels communal, the Pines feels personal. I find myself wishing I'd brought my camping gear on this ride, but alas, I need to get back to Sydney tonight, another time. This is the Old Mill picnic area, and yes, there really was an old timber mill here. During the late 1800s and early 1900s, portable mills operated through the Watagans, processing hardwoods like tallow wood and turpentine. Logs were hauled out along the very tracks we ride today. Old Mill picnic area is not a designated camping area. While it looks campable, camping here is not permitted. It's a picnic area only, and signage and current forestry rules should always be checked. Riding through here, I feel the weight of that history, how this forest has been cut, worked, and slowly reclaimed itself. This is the Turpentine camping area. The name comes from the turpentine tree, a hardwood species that dominated parts of the Watagans. These trees were highly prized during the logging era because their timber is dense, durable, and resistant to rot. Turpentine forests were heavily worked in the late 1800s and early 1900s, and the tracks around here exist largely because timber had to be hauled out by horse and bullock teams. Camping here feels grounded, solid, like the forest has weight to it. I feel more present, more switched on, not rushed, not distracted, just here. Wow, this is a pretty cool camping area. It's just, there's a few too many people here, but I mean, there's enough spots that you can be pretty private here. And there's all these little nooks and crannies and areas that you can just like turn off and get lost, like down there, up there. But this place is fucking amazing. So yeah, really good camping. This is, I think, about an hour and a half drive from Sydney. Check out all this space. You can just camp anywhere, and it's so pretty as well. I'm just gonna go on a little explore. Look at this. You can just kind of go get lost in there. So easy, people just come out for a bit of a camp. And then Casuarina is the other one. This is Casuarina camping area. Casuarinas, often called she oaks, thrive in poorer soils and were traditionally important to Aboriginal people for tools, firewood, and shelter. You hear them before you see them, that soft whispering sound when the wind moves through the needles. This campground feels different to Turpentine, lighter, airier, a bit more exposed. I noticed I'm listening more here, to the wind, the bike, the bush around me. It's not dramatic, but it's quietly powerful. Now the question is this the right road? By this point, I've completely lost mobile reception. I was relying on Google Maps, didn't have a GPS, and I'm getting lost regularly. Wrong turns, backtracking, second guessing, and honestly, I'm loving it. The Watagans is a safe place to get lost. Tracks reconnect, distances are manageable. It's the kind of place where uncertainty adds to the experience rather than ruining it.
No through road. So let's see, maybe I might need to turn around, I'm not sure. So nice cruising around the forest though. There is actually a bit of history about the Watagans. It's a very ancient forest. It became a big logging area and a lot of people lived here. There was like pop-up pubs and old logging districts and, you know, people strewn through the area. It was known as a place where bushrangers could come and escape the law if they got into trouble. So a lot of outlaws and bushrangers ended up here because it was very easy to escape the law and hide out. There's a lot of natural caves here and it's just a really big area with not many people, so it's very easy to escape out here. No trail bikes. I've got really no idea where I am. All I know is the sign says no through road. So my assumption that I can get to the other side of the Watagans, maybe not possible. I've definitely gone through where I thought I was going to go. So I went through Olney and then found those campsites. Look at that lush rainforest. So awesome. Can you go by bike? Is it intended for a motorbike?
Near Heaton Lookout, I find myself entering the Great North Walk again. I stop. I'm not completely sure riding here is allowed, so I turn around. That moment feels important. Adventure riding isn't about ego, it's about judgment. Respecting the place means we get to keep riding it.
Heading back home along the most interesting path I can find. Hey, just want to maintain my shit on the road. Yeah, it's not exactly that challenging, to be honest. It's just really like an old fire road and there's some bits that are worse than others, but generally it's really easy going.
The Watagans National Park is one of the best places in New South Wales to begin adventure riding. Close to Sydney, easy to access, forgiving terrain, and excellent camping. If you're new, start at Basin Campground or Olney HQ. Download offline maps or get a GPS. Carry water, let someone know your plan, and if you're experienced, slow down anyway, because the Watagans aren't about conquering tracks, they're about remembering why you ride. If this helped you understand the Watagans or inspired you to ride them, let me know in the comments. If you know of any good rideable tracks or routes in the Watagans, please also drop them in the comments. As you can see, I'm not an expert navigator here, just fumbling around without a map. More rides, more camps, and more real adventure riding coming soon. These hills don't speak, they just remain. We come and go, they don't complain. Our tracks fade out, the bush moves on, just quiet left when we are gone.